Hello, hello, hello. This is Patricia, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States and more specifically in Alaska. And today is July, I have no idea what the date is today. July 24th, maybe? Yes, it is. I was right, July 24th. And so these two catalogs, the ones you can see right here. Celebration starts August 3rd through September 30th, 2021. Excuse me. So if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and would like this catalog during those dates, let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure and get you one. I cannot show you the inside of these catalogs, but this one is the same. It is the mini catalog, and it will, even though it says July, it is also August 3rd. Excuse me. And they delayed that 1 month so that with shipping difficulties and everything, that you would be able to get the things in the catalog. And again, I cannot show you that until August 3rd, but we will come back to that. The product that we are looking at today is Artistically Inked, which is in the annual catalog. Artistically Inked. This is, I believe, the third in our series. And it is on page 97. Here we go. Artistically Inked, the stamp set that you can see here, and the die set. Now, if you get this, the stamp and the die together as a bundle, you get 10% off. And so that's always a good way to go, as long as you desire to have both of those. I'll show you most of the items here. Today, we are going to use this die on our card that we're about to make. And these are the items that you're going to need. We need a regular piece of, you can use the heavy cardstock or regular. Now, I'll show you this. This one was folded and has just the teeniest little bit of a lip there. Can you see that? That you can see, which is one of the reasons I like to fold mine not using the scorer. And I just fold it in half and then use my bone folder to give it a nice crease. Because it does that. But if you've got it's got a little mark there. If you've got that little lip, just turn it so that you can't see the lip, and then all problems solved. Then we need 2 pieces of DSP. This is one of the pieces of DSP. Let me show you the set. These are some of the papers. This is the back. This is the front of that one, the back of it. This is the paper we used last time. The gold streaks in this are gorgeous. And then here's some of those. So this pack is called Expressions in Ink DSP, Designer Series Paper. And so this is the set that we got and are getting all of our DSPs out of for the series that we're working on right now. So the Designer Series paper needs to be 3.5 by 5.5. So it's the size of the card, the height of the card. And then this one, this little pale papaya, is 1 inch by 5.5. So the size of the card. Now we're going to put the Designer Series paper on here first. And you know what? This one is not quite 5.5 inches. So we're going to cut another one. Not quite sure how that happened, but it did. So we're going to cut at 5.5. This is a 6 by 6 piece, and we're going to cut at 5.5. Okay. Then we will cut, and then what did I say it was? 3.5. So I am going to cut at 3.5. There we go. And here's our new sheet now. So, where'd my card base go? Here we are. So we're going to put that designer, well, you know what? It's not that this piece is cut wrong, it's that the card base is cut wrong. Too funny. So let's cut this off at 5.5. I guess I should have checked both, shouldn't I? There we go. So cut that little tiny lip off, and that'll probably have to go in the garbage. I hate to throw paper away, but you know, sometimes it's just a little too small. All right, so one of these, either one, doesn't matter. We're going to put our glue on. Now, you can use your adhesive of choice. However, I will tell you this, on designer series paper, I find it just a little bit more helpful to use. See, that little spot's not even going to matter because we're going to completely cover it up. But I find it better to use the seal or the tape runner glue instead of liquid glue, because like I showed you on the last card, on the designer series paper, it does leave a little bit of a bump that you can see. Now on cardstock, no problem. Just put you some glue on there. And sorry, that was my phone. I've been talking to my sister today. She's in a remote village in Alaska. She is going to be the principal there this year, so kind of exciting. Lots of fun stuff going on up there. They get a barge with supplies, and it's just so much fun. Okay, so this is the basics of our card, and then we want to cut these leaves, and we are going to cut these leaves out of what color is this? I'm drawing a blank. Pear Pizzazz. Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, the Mini, which I adore. So on the Mini, I put plate 1, plate 2, and I call this my cut plate, where I have my other plate 2, which is my do not cut plate. And most of the time, I manage to do not cut into it. All right, put it in there. I will tell you this. The Mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is just a smidge more finicky. You do have to lay that, the plates down just so. So let me show you that again. I'll show you what I did, and then we'll look at that. So you put it in there, and then you put your top plate kind of at an angle so that when you put it in, it will actually go through. And I've heard a number of people have that problem, but if you will just have a problem getting it to go through, so just angle it. Can you see that's what I'm doing? I'm angling it, and then I put it down, and then it will roll through. So, love, love, love this. I travel. I'm a tour guide in Alaska, so I travel a lot in the summer, and I take that Mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine with me, and it is just fantastic. So what I'm going to do here is, you notice I pulled the die off, and I can actually go ahead and just punch this out of the paper. I don't have to use the take your pick tool for that. But what I am going to do is take my little sponge mat here and roll my roller piece of the take your pick tool over this, and it will poke out all of those little bits and pieces on my leaves. Now, some of them may not come out the first time or two across, but once I've gone through it a few times and I've decided, okay, nothing else is going to come out, then I can just poke them and they will come out. Okay, just keep poking. Takes a little bit of time. I actually, as you saw me do on the last video, I usually run this through a couple of times, but I decided just to do it once today to show you that it will come out. Now see, that one's not wanting to. Right there it did. Okay. And then another thing you can do is run your pokey part of it over, and sometimes that will make them come out. So helps if you have something behind them though. Okay. Poke those all out. But there we go. Takes a little bit more time to get those out, but they will all come out. But I'm going to put that aside because with the magic of TV, I have one all poked out. And you can see that it sort of lifts up like that because I've been running my roller over it. And then well, let's go, before we glue that down, I was about to glue it. Don't want to do that quite yet. I am going to create my, going to have some leaves, and I'm going to have my sentiment. So here's my sentiment, and I am going to use Evening Evergreen for my sentiment. So get me some, let's see which one. No, I think we want to use this one for our sentiment. So I'm just going to down and up. Looks great. So I'm going to die cut that in a moment. And I'm going to do my leaves, and I'm going to do my leaves in Pear Pizzazz. If I can find my leaf stamp. Had it here somewhere. Maybe I put it back in the box. And yes, I did. Alright, so let's put that. Now that's all gooey, so I'm going to stamp that off a few times. Get as much of that ink as I can off of there, and then I am going to give it a little bath. Okay, it's not really a little bath. I'm going to wash it off. There we go. Perfect. Because I don't want to get ink all over my hands. Okay, but I'm going to do my leaves, and I'm going to do that, as I said, in Pear Pizzazz. So stamp that. There we go. Very nice. So I will put that on there and cut it out. And where did my sentiment? Well, I had it here a moment ago. I know I stamped it somewhere. Oh well, by the magic of TV, look at this. I have them both cut out. Who knows what I did with it? By the way, I'm cutting my sentiment out with, let me get it if I can pick it up. Well, my goodness. I'm cutting the sentiment out using the small flower, or the medium flower. It's not really the small one. And it makes a great little sentiment strip. And then I'm going to tie a bow, which I've already tied, and that comes out of this set, which has several colors in it: a gray, black, vanilla, white, and then sort of a brownie-ish, light brown. And these are the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. Awesome, because then you've got lots of colors. So now we are ready to put all of this together, and let's see how this is going to work. So the first thing we want to do, and like we talked about in the last video, we're going to use our glue to go on the back of this. And I also showed you that you can, you know, just rub your finger across the old dry glue and get that off of there. And we're going to put some more glue on there. This is the Tombow Mono Liquid Glue. And then again, you want to put this in a dry spot. You don't want anything to, you don't want to move this once you've started putting glue on it, as much as you can at any rate, because you end up with glue on the front, and that does not work well. You don't want glue on the front of this if you can help it. All right, I've got my glue on there. I'm going to put that aside and bring my card over here and lay this out. I just kind of want to give it a nice little drape and push everything down. Glues so nicely when you do that way. All right, I'm going to take my little leaf and put some glue on the back of it. I've already got this. I might as well continue with it. I could just lay down glue on there, but works just as easy to do that. And my sentiment is going to go something like this, and so I think I'll put that over there. And I'm going to put my sentiment up on my dimensionals. There we go. Take those off, the top pieces. There we go. And now lay it on there. There we go. Very nice. I'm going to use a glue dot to put down my little bow. So I'm just going to lay my glue dot, hello, where did my, here it is. Just lay my ribbon down on there and then pick it up. And then I might not want all that to show, so I can roll it just a little bit. And then put my bow. And it's a smidgen bit too long, so I'm going to take my snips and just cut it, and there's my card. Again, don't forget, you do want to put something on the inside of your card, and since I have the stamp set out, I think what I will do is put on the inside of this card, I'm going to show you this because I love it. You know what I don't have is my blocks right here. I do need a block. Hold on one second. All right. So I have this set with all of the blocks in it. I know they're upside down from what you're seeing, but you don't have to do that. But as I said, you don't have to put the blocks in that box. But I love it because when I travel, and as I said, I travel a lot in the summer as a tour guide here in Alaska. So I love to have that because I can carry all my blocks with me. All right, so I'm going to use the Pear Pizzazz. I'm opening the card, and got to move things a little bit out of the way here. And I'm going to take that funky stamp set. Stamp. I don't know what that thing is supposed to be, but I love it. I'm going to stamp there, and then again right there. And we've got the coolest. Now, I am going to use my color lifter and take that little blob off there because I rolled the die a little bit, which you don't want to do. But these stamps are distinctive. So you notice how this is one color all the way up, and it's got different variations of the color just by using that stamp. It's so cool. So anyway, I love this. If I had my color lifter, I'd show you how well that works, but I'll show you next time. There's my card. We are done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new. I love, love, love this stamp set and hope you are enjoying seeing the cards as well. And we will do another one. We've got at least 3 more to do, maybe more, as I said the other day. And we're good to go. If you would please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. If you have not already subscribed down below, as well as hitting that bell so that you will get notifications when I produce new videos. Thank you so much. Have a great day wherever you are, and stampin' happy.